Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Ethereum as it's currently up nearly 1%. We have the S&P actually slightly falling down today. It's down nearly 1%. Bitcoin is up conversely to the S&P, which is really interesting to see. And overall, the market is sort of just consolidating today. So we're going to jump into all of that. We have some interesting news to uncover on Ethereum. But before we jump into any of that, I want to ask you guys to check out the Discord down below. It will be the first link in the description. And you can see on the screen right now just how many wins our members are getting. It's absolutely insane. Inside the Discord, you can only copy my trades, but you can also copy my long-term portfolio and also copy all the strategies that I personally use to trade. So yeah, join up. It will be the first link in the description. Now back to Ethereum. So overall, if you remember in the previous days, we've been sort of talking about just overall accumulations on Ethereum and how at any of these levels right here where we're at right now, it's a good accumulation. Simply put, you know, a lot of ever since the release of the Ethereum ETF, we've had hedge funds investing, and they've been investing at relatively high prices in comparison to where we're at right now, which is 2.7k. You know, I think the lowest accumulation on ETH ETF was at like 2.8k or something like that, 2.9k, you know, around that. So if we're getting in now, we're getting in at a better price than most of these hedges. But the main thing to remember is these hedges don't mind holding through that pain because they're not accumulating with all of their, you know, assets under management. They're not going in with like 50% of their capital. So that's one thing to remember. But overall, they don't like to lose either. So they're not just buying to hold in the red, they're buying to make a profit. And when they make a profit, I don't know, but you know, I don't think they're going to be holding for a 10% gain. They usually hold for multiples. And if they bought in higher than this, higher than what we can buy in right now, and they think it can multiply from their entry price, then it can definitely multiply from the entry price we're at right now. So that's one of the plus sides. Now we have a few things to discuss, like the heat map, which is above here, which we're going to go for in just a second. But another thing we need to take a look at is Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. So dominance has been dropping off slightly, you know, ever since the massive peak that we had here, and usually a huge wick like this indicates a top. Now if this is the top, then we should see a continuation down. This weekly candle should hopefully go red. We don't want this to continue up and turn into an order block or anything like that. Instead, we just need this to continue dropping. We need this to end red, and we still have a few days to do so. You know, these candles can reverse in the split of a second. We had a huge wick up to 4.6k, or I'm not on the percent chart right now, but yeah, 4.6k, and it reversed down and the next candle was red. So this candle can definitely still end red, and if it does, it will be bullish for altcoins. Bitcoin is on a bit of a rally actually right now. It's above $98,000, which is really good to see. And if you remember in the previous videos, we talked about how Bitcoin is going to essentially break through 95,000, which it did, as we had to clear a lot of liquidations, which again we did. And now we're gonna have to clear the liquidations at $110,000, which looks like that's the next level we're heading to. So in the next few videos, you know, tomorrow, maybe throughout the week, we're going to constantly be looking at the Bitcoin heat map chart to see if those liquidations are going away or if we're still heading to that level to clear them. Overall though, it's looking good, pumping up quite nicely. We have to break, you know, there's really not a level that we have to break. The main thing we want to see on Bitcoin is volume. You know, ever since this massive wick to the downside, which we saw on altcoins, Ethereum, you know, huge wick down to 2.1k. After that wick, it liquidated a lot of people. It was the largest liquidation event, you know, we had since the Luna crash, since the FTX crash, since the COVID crash. It was huge. So it wiped out a lot of money out of the market and essentially left people feeling less confident, and that then results in less people entering trades and actually buying. So the next few days we had practically no volume in the candles, then we slowly started building up, then again we started crashing, and you know, less volume coming into the candles. Now it looks like people maybe are going to get a bit more confidence, they have a bit more capital, so we should see a continuational rally hopefully. Now back to Ethereum, we're gonna have to take a look at the heat map, which is right here. So I'm on the 1 week heat map here on the Bybit exchange, and again, you know, the main issue with Ethereum and Ethereum's heat maps is that Ethereum isn't Bitcoin. The volume on ETH is quite a lot lower than the volume on Bitcoin, so it's harder to get a lot of these liquidation levels, and the main liquidation levels that really matter are Bitcoins. You know, when Bitcoin is moving, the entire market's moving, so that's the main thing. But we do have a few. On the 1 month chart, I also checked any exchange. We don't have any liquidations. The 24, 48 hour heat map, we barely had any liquidations, so the 1 week is the best one to go off. And we have a few liquidations, you know, like $45 million worth, just below the lows we had at 2.7k. We had a few liquidations above here, which we've now cleared. we're slowly heading back up. So overall, you know, nothing major on Ethereum regarding liquidations. Sure, we might see a small dump. Where was that low? You know, maybe to, I think it was like here 2.67k. Not really that big. We cleared liquidations here that we had, so it's just a consolidatory sort of liquidation, nothing major in my opinion. Now, the one thing I also want to take a look at is the ETF inflows and outflows for Ethereum. So overall, if we take a look here on the right, you know, very little red. There's barely any outflows happening on the ETH ETF. Sure, you know, when it launched, probably got hyped up a lot, didn't live up to the hype. Yes, we had a few outflows. Ever since then, it's been major inflows. You know, if we take a look here, this is the price as well, so we can see the last major, you know, buy-in for ETH was at roughly just under 3,000, so like $2,900 right here. Then, you know, the price goes to here somewhere. That was the last major inflow, and since then we, you know, prior to that I should say, we've had a lot of inflows happening, like huge inflows as well. This isn't little inflows, it's you know, tens of thousands worth of Ethereum, not worth, tens of thousands of Ethereum being bought, you know, tens of millions of dollars worth being bought in. Now, yesterday we did have an outflow, not a major one, quite small, 5.5 million USD outflowed from ETH. Nothing major, just a sort of update for ETH. So that's good to see. You know, we have, if you zoom in here, very minor inflows. This was a recent minor inflow, and you can see how it compares to the outflow. It's absolutely minuscule, probably barely affected the market. You know, there's some retail traders that are much larger than this outflow. So yeah, I don't think it affected the market too much, but regardless, it's an outflow nonetheless. Now, I do think, you know, the major resistance on Ethereum right now is 2.93k, this sort of box that we have here. Once we flip that, we need to sort of turn it into a support, like we did here, where we flipped it, turned it into a support, accumulated more here, and saw the rally up to 4k. That's what needs to happen here. We need to flip, support, rally up. If that does happen, it will be very good. And after that, the targets are to break this resistance here at 4.1k. If that's able to happen, we can finally head to the all-time high at 4.8k, maybe even break above 5k this run. Another major thing to remember is that last run in 21-22, NFTs were a major thing. You know, you can't deny that. NFTs caused a lot of hype, caused a lot of the run up on Ethereum. Same thing with Solana this year with meme coins. You know, Solana does quite good to pivot. So last year we pivoted into NFTs on Solana. They absolutely mooned. We hit 260. This year they pivoted to meme coins. It rallied, hit, you know, nearly $300. So ETH and Solana are two, you know, sides of a similar coin. So if Ethereum is able to sort of pivot into a narrative this run, I think it will perform extremely well. If not, it will still perform well, just not, you know, to the extremes that I think a lot of people hope, like 15k. The day will come, but they need to sort of position themselves in a position where they are able to capture a lot of people's attention, because at the end of the day, you know, a coin will only go up if people are buying, and for people to buy it, there needs to be attention on that coin. So yeah, I think that's one of Ethereum's main issues. Now, the S&P again today crashing, hit a new all-time high yesterday. Really interesting to see. You know, a lot of momentum stocks selling off today. Palantir, App, like the McLovin app or whatever it's called. Yeah, lots of momentum stocks that were running up previously now selling off. You know, there's no sun without the rain, or whatever they say. So yeah, I mean, simple crash, you know, just from a regular sell-off. I think we'll continue up very soon. Maybe this is just the start of a new bull flag. You know, as it happens, every all-time high we create a new bull flag, then we break out a new all-time high, and it's just a continuation of that. And that's practically it for Ethereum. Now, if you did enjoy the video, please do make sure to like and subscribe. Again, if you want to copy all of my trades, then check out the Discord down below. It'll be the first link there. If you need a place to actually buy, sell, or trade Ethereum, then check out all the exchanges we're working with down below. You know, when you sign up with my link, you'll not only get some sign up bonuses, but you'll also get lower fees. So yeah, make sure you check it all out. If you are signing up to exchange, make sure to use my link. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.